my magical star beings, this is Psychic Siren Tarot and welcome to the channel. In today's reading we're going to be taking a look at your next glow up or level up. So please be aware this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. So for pile number 1 we're going to be using the Fire Agate crystal. And we have the Fire Faery. For pile number 2, we have Rose Quartz. And we have the Butterfly. And for pile number 3, we have Carnelian. And we have the Queen. So for this pile, I'm hearing a ringing in my left ear. I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, there may be more messages there for you. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this Fire Agate crystal and the Fire Faery with creative action, optimism, card number 30, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at your next level up or your next glow up. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And also, I just want to say there is gardening happening next door. So if you hear background noises, I apologize in advance. So the card you chose is from the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle deck. We're going to be using the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck, the Messages from Mermaids Oracle deck, the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck, and the Muse Tarot. So let's get started with your reading. So Spirit Guides on my pile number 1s, what is their next glow up or level up? Okay, which card? This one. We have Grief, card number 29. And after the grief comes the good luck, because this card also wanted to come out. And transformation, since she has a snake surrounding her. And at the back of the deck we have Desire. So Spirit Guides on my pile number 1s, what is their next glow up or level up? We have Breaking Free. So this is good to see. This is a good sign. The Abundance card wants to pop out, and Love at the back of the deck. So Spirit Guides on my pile number 1s, what is their next glow up or level up? We have the Two of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Awakening card. What is their next glow up or level up? We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Moon. And at the back of the deck we have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so Spirit Guides on my pile number 1s. What is their next glow up or level up? We have Fairness, with the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So we have the card Boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. We have Undying Love, with the love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. And we have Blossoming, with you are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. At the back of the deck, we have Inner Wisdom with you know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. So my pile number 1, your next glow up or level up. I feel like it's a bit of both as I look at the fairness card and those justice scales, like a bit of both a level up and a glow up, but I feel like it first happens internally. Like I'm seeing the Hermit card, it first happens internally and then the external changes. So I'm seeing something here regarding a specific connection in your life with the Two of Cups. It doesn't always have to be romantic, but for some of you, it has to do with, some kind of connection in your life, triggering this awakening and triggering this kind of glow up and level up. But I feel like it kind of happens over a period of time through little series of events that happen here. So with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like something about this glow up or level up is fated to happen. And there is the energies here of the throat chakra and a release within the sacral chakra. And I feel what's going to happen here, for all of you, it could look different, the situation. For some of you, it has already happened. Like, let's say you've just gone through a breakup, for example, and, you broke free from a toxic relationship that really brought you a lot of grief, then that could already be starting right now for you. Or let's say for some of you, let's say you are in some type of relationship right now. It doesn't have to be romantic, but let's say nothing happens where it ends. But like, let's say you have this person do something or say something that really hurts your heart, and you're being put in that moment to set a boundary for yourself or to speak up for yourself, since we have the throat chakra energies. And as you speak up for yourself and as you stand up for yourself, I'm seeing the Seven of Wands clairvoyantly, you awaken to something within you, your own power. Because the fire agate crystal you chose always reminds me of dragon energy. And I feel this energy of like you taking back your power in some way by speaking up for yourself. And this could happen not just once. It could happen over different periods of time with different people, different relationships in your life, where you're like, I love you, but no, don't say that to me. Don't do that. And you're handling whatever situation this is in a fair and just manner. And, justice happens by you speaking up for yourself, by you making that choice to speak up. And, if that person doesn't respect those boundaries, then I think it's more likely that that connection could end. But I want you to see it as you breaking away from something that is causing you grief rather than you losing someone. Because I see it as if this person does not cooperate. Why am I saying cooperate with this process, then it will be likely that the situation here ends. However, if they do respect your boundaries and respect what you're saying to them and make some type of change, then that love will still bloom even more. But yeah, like I said, it will happen for you in different ways for many of you, just depending on how the scenario plays out. So Spirit is showing me like for each of you, it could play out differently, like a movie, but we first need to see how it plays out first before we can even say, this will be the outcome. And for others of you, you will stay with this person or with these people around you. However, you'll just become more in your power, where you're able to speak up for yourself and set boundaries more when it comes to, someone saying or doing something that hurts you. And it allows you to really come into this place where you're feeling more confidence in yourself, where you're trusting yourself more, where you have found the power within you, like I said, dragon energy, which represents our own power and strength. And it's like you're coming into this more fiery energy where it's like, do not talk to me like that, where you're very like assertive and where you're owning your power, where you're owning your confidence too. Um, Something about this transformative experience may be a little bit painful at first, but I see you breaking free from this pain, from whatever has happened to you in the past. I see you going through an awakening, and I see this internal process happening within you where you first are releasing and letting go with the moon card and alchemizing these emotions, and you're kind of like just honoring those feelings and going through it. And I see as time goes by, as the healing happens, as the emotions begin releasing, and as you begin gaining realizations about these emotions that have happened in your life. I don't feel like it just has to do with relationships, but just like things that have happened in your life too over time that have hurt you. And it doesn't just have to be with one specific person. It can be with many people in your life and how they've hurt you, and you processing those emotions and gaining realizations from them and kind of like transforming through that. And through that, an internal glow up happens where you start releasing more of the things, and then you make way for, I'm seeing energetically, you make way for more newer things to come as you release, and it's kind of like you're starting to blossom into a a different version of yourself, like a new era, a new version of yourself that is more empowered. But I feel like this process may take patience because, like a flower doesn't blossom and bloom in one day. It takes some time, it takes some watering, it takes some nurturing, it takes sunlight, good soil, good environment. So your environment can shape this process, and how you pour into yourself can shape this process too. And with the sun, like, how a plant needs sun, you may also need time for things that make you happy. So maybe even laughter can be like a medicine to you during this time when you are healing. Even like doing creative things here, because we see the fire fairy, creative action, optimism. Laughter and optimistic things could even be healing towards you at this time, and could even help speed up the process. So I'm seeing like this internal healing journey, and you going through the different phases of each emotion and letting go of this grief um relates to this energy where you have an internal glow up, and then something within you transforms and changes, and then your reality around you and you start to change and transform physically with the Ace of Pentacles. So let's say for example you really want an opportunity or money to come into your life since the abundance card came out. And let's say some type of emotion was creating not a blockage, but you know how like manifestation works. Maybe it was creating a slowdown in the manifestation process of what you wanted. Let's say for example, someone here, it doesn't have to be this, but let's say for example here, someone felt like they weren't worthy of love, and maybe you feeling more worthy within yourself, or worthy of money or something like that, and you feeling more worthy in yourself takes that thing away that was kind of like slowing down that process of manifesting that thing you want. And now it just comes into your life very quickly because you've removed that emotional thing that was slowing down that process of you getting what you wanted. So I see something here about like whatever transformation this brings is going to allow things to change and turn in your favor, where you're open energetically to more things that are fated for you, like more soul connections to come into your life. And I see these soul connections or connections of love helping your soul bloom and blossom in some way with the love you share, with the optimism you share together. I see something about money coming in, more opportunities, growth, in your career, but also this type of energy where you're starting to feel more confident in yourself after this transformation. You're starting to feel more optimistic with life. You're in this more fiery energy after this glow up or level up, where you are starting to feel more inspired by life and starting to feel more passionate about life. And therefore, with all that happy energy, it's like people are just going to be drawn to you and are going to see you differently. Maybe even physically. They may even think you are physically becoming more beautiful because you're showing up in the world with more confidence and with this energy of like owning your power. And that in turn creates this kind of glow up or level up within your life where you are feeling more free, I hear from spirit. So, something about the transformation, the emotional transformation, triggers this glow up and this level up process in your life, where you start to attract more things in your life that you actually want, where fated events that are meant to happen start happening. But maybe this transformation needed to happen first so that you can be ready for those fated events, where your life changes for the better and a transformation happens within your own life, where you start to have more love in your life and more happiness and joy and confidence. And you might even start becoming more creative after this. So I'd say maybe even creative or artistic means of doing certain things could even speed up the healing process. So I was seeing Taylor Swift as an example, and how she, sings about her breakups. That's just an example of the energy, but I know it's kind of like cliche, but maybe doing something creative may also allow you to heal and express your emotions in a way that brings healing and brings this energy of flow, where we're not kind of like drowning in that emotion, but we're allowing that emotion to come out in a way that makes us feel, but it also helps us express that emotion, alchemize and transmute it. So I see after this glow up or level up, you just feeling more happy with life most of the days. I know we can't always feel happy every day because we as humans fluctuate all the time, but I see most days, I'm seeing like a calendar, and most days you will be feeling more happy, more optimistic. You'll maybe even start being more creative, start expressing yourself more. Maybe you'll start expressing yourself with different styles and aesthetics. Maybe you'll start opening up to new relationships in your life. Doesn't just have to be romantic. Maybe there's also a physical move here. There's this energy of like things changing and moving around in your life in the best possible way, where you blossom more as a person and grow. So whatever happens here is kind of like fated in a way, and it's meant to happen. So I'd say open up to that and surrender to that and trust that the universe will take you in the direction that's meant for you. So this was your reading. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this rose quartz crystal and the butterfly with beauty, card number 25, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at your next level up or glow up. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. The number 25 could be significant to you. The card you chose is from the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle deck. We're going to be using the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck, the Messages from Mermaids Oracle deck, the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck, and the Muse Tarot. So let's get started with your reading. There's something here about technology showing up, but Let me just get out all your cards and we'll see what this means. We have the card Shame. Something weird's happening in your pile. Card number 19. It felt like I looked at my phone as I was getting these cards, and then it felt like it was almost like an image of lightning on my phone. But my phone, it never actually physically happened because I'm in the home. Like, how's that even possible? It's not even raining right now. It's sunny outside. And then it kind of like happened now in the room where it was like almost like showing me lightning in my room, but like a bright light. I don't know how to explain it because I've never seen that before. But I think I saw it clairvoyantly. So lightning comes in very fast, and very quickly. And I'm feeling my eyes tingle, so I feel like your glow up or level up is gonna come in very quickly, like before you even know it, and it's going to come in as if it's like light coming through from the heavens, alchemizing you in some way from your ancestors. We have the alchemy card at the back of the deck. And the shine card wants to come out. The ancestors card wants to come out. So it's like whatever is happening here, it's like you're going to have some sort of inner transformation where you start to see yourself differently, and it's going to happen very quickly, like bam. You're going to have a realization, but it's healing light from your ancestors, from God, from the universe, from your angels. And I see it as like they're sending light to you very quickly that allows you to transform the way you view yourself, have some type of realization. Something here about prophecies or fate, because we see here these drawings here on the side where it's like maybe it puts you into this mode where you're starting to go into your purpose or into your fate, or fated things start happening here that are written in the stars and in the walls here, but it's very sacred here where I'm not even fully being shown what this fully is yet. But I feel like it's gonna happen after this happens, where it's fated for this to happen, where something changes within you, where your solar plexus and your sacral chakra start healing, and you start becoming more empowered. You start seeing yourself in a different way. Something about sunlight, lying under the sunlight or something, and it giving you wisdom codes. I don't know if that's advice for now. Yeah, advice for now. Maybe the sunlight can also help you heal in some way, like something about DNA changing and upgrading or something like that. So whatever this is, it's so sacred that I'm not even fully being shown what this is, because I feel like it's your own journey to kind of like uncover as you go along, and it's not something that's going to just be shown to you at once. It kind of gets shown to you when you're ready to fulfill that. And I feel like whatever this is, it's going to help you see how much you shine. It's going to release and alchemize a lot of shame or a lot of insecurities that you have, and realize how much you actually shine. And it's kind of like, let's say if you've had certain people say certain things to you. I'm seeing the ugly duckling as an example, and let's say you've had certain people say really mean things to you before in the past, and you always viewed yourself as the ugly duckling. Meanwhile, you're the swan, and you never realized you're that beautiful swan all along, but people tried to make you see yourself as the ugly duckling where you were always the swan, but you didn't see that because they put glasses of distortion over your eyes and made you see yourself that way when you were never that way. Does that make sense? And it's kind of like, I'm also seeing Shrek and Fiona, like when Fiona turns into an ogre, and she's like, when they get married, and she's like, oh, but like, I'm not beautiful anymore. And he's like, something like, you're always beautiful to me. So I feel like some kind of big transformation happens here with the butterfly, where not only do you become more physically attractive and beautiful, but it's also just the way you perceive yourself that is changing, and you're looking at yourself from a clearer, more accurate perspective without all the shame and insecurities blocking your view. And here she has like almost like peacock feathers on her head, but she doesn't realize that she has those peacock feathers on her head because, you know, when you look at the peacock bird, it stands out so much. It just has all its beautiful colors. And I think I used this metaphor before, like people told you you're a chicken, but you're actually a peacock. It's the same kind of reference, but in a different way. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like this transformation happens where you alchemize the way you view yourself. Therefore, when the way you view yourself starts to change, the way you show up in the world and talk to yourself starts to change, and then you start to transform and change, and then the way people look at you starts to transform and change because you are realizing how beautiful you are. And it's not just like physical beauty, it's like how beautiful you are as a soul, you know. And I feel like through that you put the crown back on your head. And maybe you even, I feel like some of you are even going to be put on a healing journey where you start forgiving yourself for, you know, speaking to yourself that way or seeing yourself that way, and maybe start forgiving those people. I'm not saying you should do that because forgiveness comes at your own time. And I feel like if you do start forgiving the people that have, you know, put the shame onto you, projected the shame and insecurity onto you, then I feel like you're going to be seeing it in more of a compassionate way where you're like, this person had their own shame and they didn't know any better. I wish them healing for real, like from a compassionate place. And like, it doesn't mean I want to be in their life or have them in my life anymore. I'm forgiving them for me to let go of this, to not hold on to this anymore. But I'm not forgiving them to have them back in my life, you know? So, spirit guides on my pile number 2's their next glow up or level up. We have be spontaneous. And we have gentleness at the back of the deck. 11:11 on the clock. And I just heard a bird outside as I said that. So spirit guides on my pile number 2's. What their next glow up or level up. We have the Fool. We have the Devil. We have the Death card. If you can hear background noises, there's a gardener here, so I apologize in advance. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Faded Things. So we see that confirmation here. And we have the Lovers. And I feel this Lovers is self-love. At the back of the deck, we have the Hermit. So spirit guides on my pile number 2's. Their next glow up or level up. We have Mother Earth with you are called to help upon with environmentalism. We have home with your household situation is improving, either through a move or healthy change in the occupants. I'm being shown something different with this card, but you can also take it as a physical message if you are looking to move soon. And then we have the arts with express yourself through creative activities. And here we see a swan confirmation. Some of you may be drawn or may be from pile one. And we have unconditional love, love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. At the back of the deck, we have true love, with the romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So my pile number 2s, we see a death and rebirth process, and I had no idea why I was drawn to rose quartz for you, but now I see why, because there's an energy of heart healing here, but towards ourselves and towards others that have hurt us. So what I see happening here is I see you shedding the old skin of the past, but like through your eyes as a metaphor. Like, this is gonna sound a little bit gross, but do you know in horror movies, I don't know why I'm picking up on horror movie things, but like, does someone here like horror movies? You know in horror movies when like, um, let's say the person, something happens to them and their eyes go black. I'm sure we'll know what that means. Let's say their eyes go black, but like, let's say something happened to them where they were in like a haunted house and that being is like now there. Like, I don't even want to say the word here, but I'm sure you'll know what I mean by that. And let's say their eyes go black because of that. And now, like, let's say they're at the hospital and the doctors don't know what to do because they can't explain this because it's not a physical phenomenon. What is that word? I don't know how to say it. Excuse me, but I'm just channeling as I go along. Um, and let's say the doctor like takes a tweezer and takes that black film out of their eyes, and now, like, let's say this person gets a priest to cleanse the home and to do all of that, and now their eyes are back to normal. And seeing it like that, sort of as a metaphor to represent whatever was covering your eyes before from seeing your own true beauty. And I'm not just meaning to physical, of course you're physically beautiful, but to see your own true soul beauty, how much you shine, it's like being removed away from you. And here we see her eyes being closed. Your eyes were closed to your own true beauty within and on the outside. And I feel some kind of transformation happening where you're letting go of those old perceptions of self, and those old perceptions of self where we were like mean to ourselves, or where others were mean to us and we said those same things to ourselves. And here we see a moth, right? Here we see another moth or butterfly on fire. So I see that energy burning away. And then here we have this death process and rebirth process where we go into a new journey, where there is a new butterfly here with more of a pure perspective, since this one's like more darker and then this one's like burning away, and here's like the more pure perspective of self, from no illusion or projection, and we're seeing ourselves as the swan we are, and this is kind of like fated to happen. This shell she's lying on in the Be Spontaneous card kind of reminds me of Aphrodite's energy. And Aphrodite always reminds me sometimes of self-love and how we can create a home within our own body for ourselves. And what I especially love about Aphrodite, she's the goddess of love, beauty, but also self-love, in my opinion. And when you see statues of her, she's like a mid-sized woman, but she is considered the most beautiful goddess in all history, so there's an energy here of loving ourselves regardless of what we look like. Knowing that we are beautiful, that we are attractive exactly as we are. healing our hearts and healing our perception of self, letting go of that old perception of ourself and loving ourselves and accepting ourselves exactly as we are, and I see it as we're creating a safe space, a home for our body, and realizing that our body was not even from a spiritual point of view or perspective, was not even supposed to be something that was considered beautiful. Our body is there to transport us like a vehicle. We're spiritual beings living in a physical body, and our body is just meant here to keep us healthy, to keep us on this 3D earth, because we can't just like float around as spirits here. We are in physical bodies to be a part of this earth, to be in the 3D. And it's like when we realize that our bodies are just here to keep us healthy, to digest our food, to just keep us healthy and keep us alive. Why do we put all these unnecessary expectations on ourselves, like our body should look like this and this and this? Like, for example, have you seen this is not to shame anyone, but like, have you seen those ladies that take out their ribs so that their stomach can be smaller? Our ribs are there to be the cage to protect our heart, our lungs, our stomach. I'm not a doctor, I don't really know exactly, but it's there to protect our organs. And people are taking it out to fit the mold of what our beauty standards are. And I see you saying, F the beauty standards, F that. I'm loving myself as I am. I'm creating a safe space, a home for my body, and treating my body like the sacred vessel that it is. So I see you releasing hate towards yourself. I know hate's a strong word, but we have the devil here, and then we go to the fool, and then we have love for ourselves. And something about this is meant to happen. The Wheel of Fortune is like a change that happens within you, where you start to love yourself deeper as you are. So this is the message I see here: unconditional love for self, committing to yourself deeper, and having certain realizations around that. Through that comes a transformation where you start to love yourself deeper, where you start to see yourself as the beautiful light you are, and therefore you show up in the world with that energy. Therefore, people start seeing you differently, treating you differently. Because one thing I've realized is the way we see ourselves influences maybe sometimes the way others see us. I don't know if you've ever heard of the type of energy where, like, let's say someone mentions an insecurity that they have. Usually no one's going to realize they have that insecurity until they mention it. Like, if I say, oh, I have a pimple on my face, you're probably not going to see it until I mention it. So it's kind of like people start treating you differently because you're starting to love yourself and show up in the world with more of this energy of not just confidence, but this type of energy of I love myself no matter what. Knowing you're worthy of respect and love in all circumstances, and therefore the world starts to treat you differently because the world is kind of just like a mirror to how we feel about ourselves. So I feel something here transforms and levels up within your own life too, and the way people see you. You may even start becoming more creative. You may even start expressing yourself more through fashion, through clothing, through, the things you like may transform. Like, let's say you want to wear something, and before you'd be like, no, I don't want to wear that because it brings out this insecurity in myself I don't like. But then now you're wearing it and it's like you're expressing yourself, and maybe people start complimenting you and you're like, whoa. So it's like a spontaneous thing that happens out of nowhere. And I feel like you may start inspiring other people on earth with this newfound self-love. And this is your next glow up or level up. And for some of you that do want to move homes, this could be happening as well. And you could also be helping people on Earth or animals on Earth or helping the Earth in some way after this, which actually is a good thing. So this is your reading, my pile number 2s. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Carnelian crystal and the Queen with woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships, card number 4, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at your next level up or glow up. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. By the way, if you hear noises in the background, there's a gardener next door, so please excuse that in advance. Sorry about that in advance. We're going to be using the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck, the Messages from Mermaids Oracle deck, the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck, and the Muse Tarot. And the card you chose is from the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle deck. So Spirit Guides on my pile number 3s. Their next glow up or level up, please. We have Wounded Healer, card number 15. At the back of the deck, we have Betrayal. What is my pile number 3's next glow up or level up? We have Awareness. The Communication card wants to pop out, and we have Solitude at the back of the deck. So, Spirit Guides on my pile number 3's, their next glow up or level up. 3 of Cups reverse. The 2 of Pentacles. The 4 of Cups. We have the Star. And we have the 5 of Cups. At the back of the deck, we have the Muse of Materials, which is the King of Pentacles. So Spirit Guides on my pile number 3. Okay, we have the Arts with Express Yourself through creative activities. This has come out in all 3 piles, this message. So Spirit Guides of my pile number 3's. What is their next glow up or level up? We have Expect a Miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. We have Medicine Woman with You Are a Channel for Divine Healing Power. I just tasted food, so something to do with food. We'll see what this means in a moment. And we have Sensitivity with You Are Becoming Increasingly Sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. Okay. At the back of the deck, we have Sacred Space. So what your spirit guides are showing me with your pile specifically, before things get better, things may seem a little bit chaotic or may seem like they are getting worse. But this may sound counterproductive to say this, but when things feel like they're getting worse or make more chaotic, it's actually getting better slowly. So let me explain what I see here. I see a restructuring happening within your friendships, within your relationships surrounding you. So I see something here with the heart chakra, since we have 2 green cards at the bottom. And I see what is happening here. Some kind of big healing happens within you. And I feel like it has to do with the moon phases or something like that, or astrology. I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but it has to do with astrology and the moon phases. When the moon hits a certain point in astrology, there's something about a lot of emotions being released that you have had within. And it has to do with something or like certain relationships in your life where you haven't been feeling satisfied or happy in those relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic. I'm seeing a lot of energies of friendships here, but it doesn't have to be just that. Um, so I see a restructuring happening within your connections around you and within the type of connections you actually want around you. And I feel an energy of the throat chakra energies where you're going to be speaking up for yourself about something that is not okay. 11:33 on the clock, and I'm feeling an energy within my solar plexus chakra and my sacral chakra, like releasing there, restructuring there, where you become a more aware of like the types of relationships you want in your life. And that's not to say that these people are going to hurt you or betray you, but I feel like for some of you, maybe you become aware of that, but I don't feel like it's for all of you. I feel it's more so you may be seeing your own truth, becoming aware of your own truth within, because it's like, I feel like a lot of you have been on your own internal healing journey for a while now. And I feel on this journey you've been on, you've been through a very much like growth period in your own life. And I feel like you've also been healing your confidence. You've been healing the way you look at yourself and the way you feel about yourself, your self worth. You know, some of you may be heavily drawn to pile one or two. There's a mix of messages here, like from both piles, but also a different energy at the same time. And I feel like you are on a path to becoming a wounded healer, like Chiron, Chiron, the planet in astrology. And it's kind of like you're going on your own healing and inner transformative journey so that you can be able to have the skill, the knowledge, and the wisdom to be able to help heal others, because I feel this is my pile of healers, medicine women or medicine men. And I feel you're becoming increasingly sensitive during this time when your gifts start to open up more. If your gifts are already opened up and you're already in that, I see more activations happening where more gifts come through that you didn't even realize you had. And while this happens, I'm seeing the episode from Wizards of Waverly Place, where Max starts getting his gifts, and then his gifts are kind of uncontrollable because it's like it's the first day he's experiencing it, and then he has to wear this funny hat. So, like, for 3 days. So, I see something here about like during the time period that this happens, you may feel the need to stay at home more during this time because you may feel a lot of intense releases, and it may feel really chaotic at the time like this starts happening, because I first see a release happening where you're releasing a lot of emotions that you've held within that you didn't realize that were there. And it's like I see the ice caps around your heart melting, and you being aware of your own truth and what it is you want in the relationships around you. And I feel as your throat chakra opens up too, and your solar plexus and your sacral chakra, something shifts within you where you start to find your own power within, where you start to become more comfortable with speaking your truth, with really owning your power, with really owning your sensuality and realizing you are a sensual being and being, confident within that. And also, I see an energy here of like you putting the crown back on your head and taking your power back, especially from connections in your life that aren't serving you anymore. Because I feel here with avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. I feel like a lot of you will be leaving situations or relationships behind that have become harsh to your soul, that have become too harsh for you to feel balanced within. And this could be jobs, this could be, environments, this could be relationships in your life. But I also feel like there's something here where you're also maybe outgrowing certain relationships in your life. And there's a restructuring here where it doesn't mean that they're a bad person, but you're finally being aware that maybe you need to let go of that person because there's room for more coming in. Room for more friendships coming in that are more aligned to this new version of you that you've become, that are more aligned and like energetically, it feels less draining being around them. Energetically, it feels like things flow being around these new people because I feel like you're becoming increasingly sensitive because you're having more of your healing gifts come through. And I feel like through this, you're going to maybe learn to be around people that honors that sensitivity within you, that treats you gently, that not just makes you feel balanced, you feel balanced within yourself, but it's like, you know how you can feel balanced within yourself and then you'll have certain people in your life that make you feel unbalanced and you'll go there feeling happy and then all of a sudden they just ruin your mood. I'm talking about like that. That doesn't happen anymore, where you feel more balanced and stable within your sense of self. A healing happens here with the star where you realize your worth, but not only that, you realize that you're deserving and allowing of having this restructure happen in your life where the relationships that are more aligned to you starts to come towards you. Okay, and I feel like whatever is happening here is a miracle. It's something about something you've been praying about. But I feel through this process, it's like a mix of things happening at once. You're going to take back your power. You're going to put the crown back on your head, realize you are a queen or you are a king, and you're going to realize how much you shine as well. Because I feel like through this process and like you unfolding into your spiritual gifts more or your talents more, there's also going to be something here about finding confidence within yourself through that, like not doubting yourself anymore and really shining and getting recognition. But I feel like this happens over time, like over a period of time. Where it's being slowly built into your life, like where there is a new foundation being set in your solar plexus where you believe you're worthy of all the beautiful things you want, where you believe that you shine, where you believe in yourself. It's like that type of energy is coming in. And I feel for you, it's like a mix of a glow up and a level up because as you have this happen, you start glowing up because you start believing in yourself more. You start showing up in the world with more confidence, with more of this energy of like owning your power, with more of this energy of shining bright and not dimming your light. You may start expressing yourself more and not, trying to fit in or trying to just dim yourself to stay small. I see you like putting yourself out there more, if that makes sense, being more bold and not really caring about other people's opinions. Because it's like, if you're a queen or a king, I know this sounds bad, but I'm hearing it, so I'm just gonna say it. If you're a queen or a king, are you going to let, a peasant tell you something about yourself? And I'm not meaning that to sound rude, like, I just heard that from Spirit as like a joke. I know that's not a joke because peasants, like, there's no such thing as peasants these days, but like, if someone is lower than you or beneath you, what I mean by that is, let's say you start to go after a dream and there is a person in your life that doesn't do anything with their life, that doesn't go after their goals, that doesn't go after their dreams, that is too afraid, and let's say they tell you your dreams are too big, are you going to listen to that person when they're beneath you? And I don't mean beneath you in a egotistical way. I mean it in a way of, are you going to take advice from someone where you don't want your life to be like theirs? I see you not giving a F about people's opinions anymore, especially people that are projecting their own insecurities or fears onto you. Like, for example, let's say you have friendships in your life and you you get dressed up and one of your friends is like, "Oh, aren't you a little bit overdressed?" But they say it in like such a shady way that it's like they're secretly jealous and they're saying that because of that. I see you like releasing relationships like that in your life and not trying to dim your light and having more people around you that are also confident within themselves, that also empower you to be empowered, that want you to shine, because it's like one star doesn't shine bright on its own. You know, all the stars shine bright in the sky. So that's what I see here. Like, especially if you have friendships around you that are secretly in competition with you, I see that being released from your life. So there is a like restructuring happening here. And that is a miracle, but it may not seem like that in the beginning. So this is your reading my pile number 3s. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!